So,
I say give RK a turn,
at
since he
this,
just popped in.
Oh yeah.
yep, yeah, we'll say that he was here, but let
Oh,
me
right, you
finish
gotta finish mine.
my. Yeah, let me finish the scene that I was currently doing, and then we can do RK. So as I was saying, as he was saying, Madeline, why are you hanging around with these losers?
Hey,
If
off the
we work
desk.
if we work together, if we work together, we could accomplish, amazing things, and I could, and I could help enhance your powers. I could help give you powers, with your I could enhance your magitech powers beyond any sort of thing that you could learn on your own or with any of them. They don't understand your intelligence.
Alright. Is that something I need to respond to, or am I making a roll,
Uh
or what happens to me here? What should I be
uh
doing?
well, what do you say?
Oh,
It
First and
yeah,
actually
I'm just gonna
sounds
foremost.
like
say it's like,
label shifting.
oh yes, we could get up to so many great things, like amazing petty theft. And she will look kind of unimpressed.
Well, now, well, he is trying. Well, actually, you're right. Yeah, he is trying to shift your labels, though.
Right, so this would be
Um,
rejecting influence then, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
yep. He is trying to lower your savior and bump up your superior and bloat your ego.
Alright. Well, I mean, let's go ahead and give it a try anyway. Let's see what happens.
All right, it's a flat roll since you don't have any move. You
Oh,
were successful. So, um,
just as narrated.
yep, just as narrated. Unfortunately, let me just check because I do need to, because
Yeah.
let's see.
Is there
See,
any...
on a 10 plus. Let's see, I'm looking that up. Um, let's see. Do 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 do. Uh,
Oh, on a 10 plus, choose 2.
yep. Let's see. Yep, choose two. Clear
I'm...
condition or mark potential. Shift one label up of down of your choice, or cancel. Uh, for in this case, the influence would probably be one of the teachers, because they're the one controlling the experiment. So either
Mhm.
the vice principal, the headmaster, or Haunt.
Right. So I'm basically canceling their influence.
Yep.
Okay.
If you choose that option.
I definitely am going to mark the potential. That sounds great. I don't really know where I want to shift my labels, so I'm not going to. I guess I will cancel their influence and take +1 forward for the next test, or against them in particular, I suppose. I'm not sure which one that would go to. But yeah. There we go. Made my choices. I'm not influenced, and, I am, I'm better for it.
You're gonna go
All right.
scream at the wall now?
So you're marking potential, and whose influence are you getting rid of? All right, I didn't hear that part.
Oh, I guess his influence, but I'm not being influenced by whoever's controlling this.
All right.
So I
Well,
get a
no,
plus
all the
one
teachers
versus.
are. You have. All right. Alrighty. So,
Mhm. I'll just remember I have a
all right.
+1 at some point.
Yep. So, uh, then let's see. And then there was something with Paladin. And what had Paladin done? Because he was. Oh yeah,
Basically
trying to stop.
opened up a. I changed
Oh
my
yeah,
mind mid uh, speaking about the role and decided to help out Madeline.
All right. Oh right, that was. And you didn't choose to resist or avoid, so I get to do something to you.
Yep.
So as you open up this opportunity to start to as y'all work together in order to take away his robots, he's like, oh, wait a second. I know you. You're one of your predecessor. It's always your legacy is always called Paladin, right?
Yes.
Or is it? Okay, that's what I thought. You're the next generation of Paladin. Uh, and he's just gonna be like, even if I have not encountered, you know, the former Paladin, always up to, uh, taking out a legacy brat is always worth a little bit of extra effort. And he's going to produce exactly the right gadget for the current problem. That problem being you, and he's going to basically throw a gadget that's going to bind and shock and basically hurt you. Um. Uh. And so take a powerful blow.
All right. Let me figure out how to do that. That's roll conditions.
Plus,
Yes.
yeah.
I am hit.
All right. So you didn't take. So on a 7 to 9, choose one. You lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, and your opponent gets an opportunity. Or you struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
What was the one where I caused a teammate to go into some foolhardy action?
You basically verbally provoke a teammate to do something stupid.
Raz, kick all of the ass.
Understood.
You can take a creature
Understood.
several tons heavier than yourself.
All right.
Foolhardy
Roll.
action.
Hold on. Roll superior. You're gonna choose to provoke a teammate to foolhardy action. So roll superior, paladin. All
Damn
right. Well, you get to mark potential. But Raz, you can do whatever you want. But before you do anything, though, let's have RK join the fun.
I would love that.
So RK, to catch you up on a little bit of at least the current situation, since things that happened before this situation was more sort of individual scenes that you weren't involved in. You're currently in hero training. So you're in the training room again. Fighting Elijah Intrepid.
He's a
Or at
nerd.
least an AI construct of Elijah Intrepid. And he and a bunch of his robotic minions were robbing a museum. And Raz charged in right away, straight for the supervillain. And she struck him, and then he animated a Triceratops that's begun rampaging and attacking you guys. And then there was the three of Aaron tried to protect Raz from the Triceratops, but ended up taking a powerful blow. But he soaked it. So get it soaked. Aaron, water. Yeah. And then the team worked together to try and shut down the robotic minions. And set up the robot. And so the robotic minions have been disabled, but Intrepid tried to convince Madeline to turn on you guys, but she said no, fuck you, I'm better than that. She said it better than I did. And then Paladin he decided to target Paladin because he had left himself wide open, and Paladin has told Raz to just go nuts. So RK, what do you want to do?
I mean, I imagine the first thing I have to do is roll for burn.
That is correct.
So
Oh!
3 burn.
All right, you got 3 burn, RK.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say it one more time. Where are we specifically?
Danger room.
You're in the danger room, but
Okay.
the danger, it's currently a museum.
Okay, then I'm gonna use 2 burn to use my flare of reality storm to do what I did literally on the very first test to take out every hostile in the danger room without affecting my teammates.
There seems
Or
to be
causing a bunch of collateral damage.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
why I'm using 2 burn. If I was using 1 burn, I could hit everything without care. 2 burn, I am specifically affecting only hostile targets.
All right, roll. Well, you still have to roll directly
Freak, I think,
engage.
didn't it?
Yeah, with reality storm, it's freak. All right, 7. So you can resist or avoid, take something from them, create an opportunity, or impress, surprise, or frighten.
Sorry, I have most of my sheets closed at the moment. Say again.
No. So you can resist or avoid their blow. You have one. You can choose one because you roll a 7 to 9. Resist or avoid their blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Take from them their will to fight.
All right. Well, he will mark afraid. Well, he will become hopeless as he's just. But he will teleport away from the majority of the danger, and he's just going to say, he's just going to. Oh, so you guys had a secret weapon, huh? Well, you're not the only ones with the secret weapon. And he's just going to, uh, you know, tap on his wrist computer, and the Triceratops is going to charge directly at you, RK. Unless somebody wants to do something, you need to take a powerful blow.
It was coming after me anyway, so I imagine by the time it swaps targets, it's probably close enough for me to try and intervene. So I would like to attempt a savior roll to position myself
Defend.
between RK and the Triceratops and sort of like use my bull strength to hold it back.
All right. So, are you trying to defend RK? Or are you trying to unleash your powers to stop it from just stopping it in its tracks?
Strategically unleashing my powers is the better option. So we'll go with that.
Just to ask,
Okay.
is the Triceratops not also afraid?
It's not really a feeling thing, so
It's not sentient. It's an animated skeleton, basically.
Right, but I mean, wasn't the reality storm literally everything in the area? Sort of an AoE attack as it is. And
You did say all hostile targets, yeah.
yeah, all hostile targets, and to remove from them the will to fight was the option off the list, so I would assume that the Triceratops is one of those affected objects.
The Triceratops doesn't
yeah.
really
So
have a will, though.
I'm gonna give her a +1 for this roll, but it's really Elijah Intrepid that you is the target, and he still has one condition left, so he can still do stuff until his last condition is marked. So depending on how this roll is, that could be just now, because it all kind of happens all at once.
Okay.
Oh, because the
So I'm getting
Triceratops is more a representation of his power and
Yeah.
Yep,
not exactly an actual enemy.
correct.
Oh, so it's affected by. Well, if that was true, then doesn't he have a -2? for being afraid to this role as well?
Enemies don't. He doesn't.
But you said he
Villain. I
was
don't
marking
roll.
afraid. Oh, right. You're saying villains don't roll, we roll. Sorry.
Mhm.
I forgot.
Yeah, that's why. That's why Raz is getting a +1 to her roll.
Right. I'm not in my whole mindset right now. Just ignore me if I say something stupid.
It's okay. You had a day. You had a day. All right. So
So yeah,
rolling
roll.
unleash my powers +1.
Yep.
That's a 10.
All right.
Sweet.
You do it.
We are
But
rolling
as
nothing
you
but 10s today.
do it though, the everything like Elijah Intrepid, the Triceratops, and everything will sort of, you know, become sort of washed out and turn sort of blue and white, and then turn into like wireframes before sort of disappearing entirely.
And Raz falls
And
forward on her face because she was putting all of her might and weight into stopping the Triceratops.
yep, as you hear Hellbinder's voice over the PA and say, "Well done. That was you guys showed us exactly what we wanted to see. Um, you stopped the villain and you didn't, you know, you showed control and um, you showed control and uh, restraint to the point where you guys did not damage any of the other priceless artifacts in the museum that weren't already damaged by Eliza Intrepid. Well done. You get you all get an A.
Hooray!
Raz, Raz, they didn't see the fish tank. Raz,
Shh.
I'll just kind of like take a casual stance, just kind of like look up over to the booth, and I'm gonna ask, hey, did I gain either Kenyon's or Hellbinder's respect?
No, because there you since you didn't know exactly what to do. You just had to what you had to do to earn their respect. Actually, let me think about that. I'll say that you gained Hellbinder's respect
Mm-hmm.
because you not only what's the word acted like a hero and not sort of like you worked together with the team and you didn't
Mm-hmm.
you didn't take up Elijah on his offer and you didn't act like arrogant or anything, which was
Okay.
what she was looking for. But you still didn't like you didn't act like a you didn't act like a hero per se because you weren't like you didn't try and protect your teammates. You left that to the people who could actually you left that to Raz
Mm-hmm.
and Aaron. So is not impressed, but
Right.
Hellbinder is.
So I'm looking up there, Hellbinder just kind of like smiling and all down at us, and I just lock eyes for a second with Kenyon, and then turn away. Just a nice little dramatic moment. 3 more respect to go on Hellbinder. Oh gosh, this is gonna take forever.
Yeah, I mean these are things are supposed to take time, so
I know.
so yeah, that's with that, that's the last class of the day, and so classes are dismissed for the day. Um, Madeline, you are of course already committed to going
Mm-hmm.
somewhere,
That's
so
right.
we'll get to you later. So, but what is everyone else going to do with the now that they're uh what that they're free? The can't some of you have been given permission to go off campus. Particularly Paladin, you being a legacy, you're allowed to live off campus if you choose to.
But of course,
Uh, so uh, I'll just go around the table, except for Madeline, because I already know what she's doing. So no, so I'm not skipping you maliciously, but don't need to bother asking.
All good.
So I'll start with Paladin, since what would Paladin do once classes are dismissed? I guess here's a good question: do you live off campus, since you would have permission to?
This is something that his father is using as a sort of boarding school arrangement. So he is allowed off campus, but he does live there.
All right. So what would you do? Where would you go after school?
Well, I would say he's part of a HEMA club that may be, meeting up at this time.
A hero club, you said?
HEMA, Historical European Martial Arts.
Yes.
Oh, right. I didn't. Okay. So, all right. So you'll go to your HEMA meeting, and I'll have to figure out exactly if there's who, if any, of the currently established students are part of that kind of club. Suffice to say, it will be a small club.
That's fine.
And all right. What about let's do RK. So RK, you've had an interesting first day of school. You occasionally, if your mind wanders, will hear, whisper, a voice whispering in your head telling you to go into the turbulent classroom. But the farther away you are from the science building, the weaker the whisper gets. What would what would RK be doing after school?
Isn't this technically day 3?
Uh,
We had the meet and
I guess.
greet on day 1. We had the day 2, which was the
Oh
rules
yeah, this would be
breakdown.
Yep. Oh yeah. So this would be the third day of school. You're right. Again, forgive me. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna float above the school and look down upon it like a brooding loner.
Okay.
In character,
Uh,
baby.
Yep. I guess that is in character. So,
Awesome.
what about Raz?
I think before we all split ways, I wanted to do a team move. I wanted to share a triumphant celebration with RK.
Oh, sure. So what do you say?
So basically, as the simulation ends and we're dismissed, I think she's gonna like match his stride because he floats around. But she's gonna be like, dude, like it was crazy the way you can do that. Just those massive like tentacles. You just controlled the situation, and I took down the main bad guy like so fast. Like we were really the aces of that. It was so cool. She's
If
probably
you think
chalking
it
her.
was cool, then it was cool.
Do you not think it was cool? I mean, you have all these crazy things that nobody else can do. That's cool as heck.
It's probably why I don't find it to be cool.
I don't think that's like registering in her head, but I think she's gonna shrug and like normally she'd give you like a knuckle tap to the shoulder, but you're floating a million feet above the air. So I think she's gonna like jump and like side knock your thigh just a little bit and probably split ways there.
I mean, if you're going to engage me in this way, you have to allow me the equal engagement.
Okay.
Raz, are you afraid of me?
I'm afraid of what you could do to me, but I'm not afraid of you. If you were gonna do something, you'd have done it already. So I
Fair
think that's a
enough.
no.
And fair enough, I think, is what I say out of character.
Okay.
I don't think RK says anything. I think that's the moment where he flies up in the air in that, crossed arms, dangling legs,
Fair enough.
above the clock tower sort of look.
Okay, so what I'm doing after this, if nobody else wants to do team moves or whatever.
I love team moves.
Everyone just went quiet.
Yeah.
I was
I
trying to
think we're
find out
waiting
where
on,
where the teamwork moves were.
It's
Oh,
actually
they're
on
your
your main sheet.
They're on your character sheet. Yep, it was the last place I checked.
Yeah. And since Raz isn't afraid of me, I believe that's a +1 forward and a marked potential for me.
Yep.
Who knew being in control of your powers and not having people afraid of you is probably for the best.
See how long that lasts.
Yeah, we'll see. Eli, you wanted to do a team move, I think?
Oh, I was trying to find him. No, I didn't want to try. I didn't want to try a team move.
Okay.
I'd love to
I
try
don't think
one.
he was very. I don't think there was really a triumphant celebration for him, and he didn't really have any vulnerability or weakness in that fight. So
Part of my team moves is if I share a triumphant celebration with someone, I make them my love or rival immediately to mark potential. But if you're already my love or rival, I take influence over them and mark potential. And I already have influence over you, so that means I shift your labels.
All right. So how do you want to shift RK's labels?
I think I want to move Freak up and Mundane down. Because she was going crazy over how special and cool his powers were.
All right, done.
Yep.
Righto.
The danger zone.
So if nobody else wants to do team moves, I'll go with what Raz is doing after class.
I do want to do team moves. I want to do one with Paladin.
Sweet.
Okay.
Paladin. I think we worked well together out there. We both had the same idea. Stop the robots, stop the theft. That was good thinking on your part.
Yes, we were reprimanded for not causing collateral damage. Let's actually be seen preventing it.
Do you think I did well as well?
Yes, we seem to be operating on the same playbook there.
Alright. I think I have your respect then. I can take influence over you and mark a potential. I already have influence over you.
So you get to shift his labels.
Hey, you want to be an even bigger savior?
What happens if it's already at 3? And he's made his choice, so it's already at 3. I think something bad happens.
You mark a condition.
I am angry that I didn't do any better.
Oh, wow.
We have
So you tried to share a great moment with him and then just made him feel awful.
Yeah, I can imagine Madeline just kind of offhandedly going, it's like, you're living up perfectly to your family's expectations, I believe. And then that just drives him deeper into this whole spiral.
Yeah, that whole teenage thing. I'm not my father.
But Madeline's happy. So,
Yeah, because especially when Elijah there talked about, I never got the chance to fight your father. He would have been like, yeah, my father would have killed your ass. I'm not my father. I'm better than him.
Did you have a team move you wanted to do back real quick?
Well, this would probably, drive Elroy to want to get rid of that anger.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been told that sometimes it's good to share a vulnerability with somebody. And see, I didn't do my best in that fight because I haven't unlocked my full powers yet.
You still have more.
Yes, of course. My father could throw a freight train. He's done it before. He evacuated it first, of course, but he still threw it.
I have a long way to go, too. The spell I did was just simple, just sleeping. I can understand that there's a good bit more we have to do. Might I recommend strength training with Raz? I think she was about to throw that Triceratops across the room.
He was.
Yes, that might help unlock my potential.
Alright. So you've shared vulnerability.
All right,
And
did you clear a condition from that?
that would clear the angry.
Hey, cool.
All right, well then. All right, so do you? Oh, well then.
And you have
get rid of that.
influence over me now, Madeline.
She already did. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't need to shift labels anymore. You've already done. We don't need to keep.
Yeah.
It turns into a bit. If
It
in my
turns into a
opinion,
big shuffle around, yeah.
yeah, in the same. I'm in the boat of if you gain influence, if you shift, you do one shift. If it's in the same scene, then just one shift. Otherwise it gets into a big clusterfuck, and I'd rather avoid
Mhm.
those.
Okay. But it's still important
I'm
for
all
us to
for
mark
avoiding
that potential,
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
which I can take
Make
an
sure you
advancement.
absolutely. Yes.
Wait,
Cover
did
that
I get
up.
more potential from any of what happened there? Getting my labels while they were at highest?
Uh,
Or no?
unless your team move says you mark potential, then no.
Okay. Nope, it just says clear a condition and give them influence.
Yep. So no potential.
All right.
And I don't think you fail any of your dice rolls, so no potential from that.
I did fail one.
If you marked it already,
I
then
marked it. So I'm good.
all right, then you're good. Yep. All right. Then so yeah, I guess what would Raz do after school, since that's or we didn't really get to that part yet.
Right. Sorry. I started a whole thing. So Raz wanted to take Aaron to go get new clothes after he spaghettied them, but I forgot there was this whole you can't go off campus thing. So
There is a campus shop though.
yeah, so I will take him there. Aaron doesn't get a choice in this.
Okay, well,
Is there
do
student
you go with
council going on today?
yeah, yes.
I have to go to student council though, Raz.
With spaghetti all over your clothes.
It's okay.
You
Oh,
also
They'll understand.
okay, you know,
Raz, you
I
Raz,
know
you know
I
that
know
he's not actually a part of the student council. He doesn't have to go anywhere.
This is how I represent the people.
Oh, okay. You know, I know your sizes. I'll pick out something that'll look okay on you. Don't give them any trouble, okay?
I never give any trouble. They're the ones that usually get all riled up and angry for some reason.
That's their job. They talk about tough issues. Do you
Just
even
like I
understand
will.
what they're talking about in there? Like, just like I'm not like, do you understand what they talk about in there?
Oh, of course.
Really, name one
Governing.
example.
There was the that Valentine's Day thing they did
Mm-hmm.
with they organized the hearts and they did a lot of crafting.
Yeah. And what did you
Yep.
contribute?
Well, funny that you should bring that up. Could you also get me socks?
Is that related? I mean,
Um,
yes, but is that related?
Is this spaghetti thing a time sensitive thing?
It's okay. We'll just get rid of that shirt, but don't spaghetti your clothes that I get you now.
Anyways, I hear student council calling me. I better hurry.
Yeah, oh, okay. And
Swish, 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 swish.
she will go pretty much just go buy him a new wardrobe now from the school
All right.
store.
All right.
And
So
it'll probably be like 5 minutes, and Aaron is back with you. Uh, I contributed all I could today.
What?
They
No,
always they overappreciate my contributions, and they asked me to kindly leave.
that makes sense. I appreciate your contributions.
But then they usually ask me to leave not so kindly. And well, here I am.
Have you considered maybe that you're too good for them and maybe you should find another group?
That's true.
or have you considered like like actually signing up for the open student council position so they don't just so they don't kick you out of the student council, so that you actually have a reason to be there and they don't keep kicking you out.
You can do that?
Yeah, you okay, so I know that his character was in class when they made that announcement, but Eli was not there. But I think she's gonna
Wow.
grab his shoulder and give him a little shake, yeah, they said that in class literally yesterday. Apply, go apply.
Oh, right. This is where we can choose from that list that we were talking about. President, dictator,
No, not
council person.
no. Hang on. No, some of those are not correct.
Oh,
What
aren't
was
those the standard leadership positions on Earth?
It's different in I don't even You should talk to Madeline about this. She'll explain it a lot better than I will.
Ooh, good idea. I'll try to find her. But I assume Madeline was gone. She'd been gone for a long time.
In fact, Madeline was never there.
A tumbleweed rolls over the campus.
All right. So are you going to go to where the sign-up sheet is? Are you going to go find Madeline? What
I
are
don't
you
think
going
he's
to
going
do?
to go to the sign-up sheet yet.
All right. Okay.
Curiosity, students aren't allowed to leave campus, but are they allowed to buy things online and have it delivered to the school?
Yep.
Okay. I imagine it has to go through a security check naturally, but that's fine.
Yep. Yep. There's a little bit of an extra delay because of the security check.
Mhm.
And there are certain uh there are certain stores that you're not allowed to shop at. But you can get you can order most anything, but basically anything made by Rook Industries is on a no buy list.
Okay. So what Raz does is she goes to the school shop, gets him a couple pairs of shorts and shirts and socks, and they all have a school logo on them. But while she's doing that, she's shopping online and getting him some really nice clothes because that's what she knows. But also, she gets him a little raincoat because he's made of water, and water beings should wear raincoats. That's just natural. But it's one of those. It's one of those cringy ones with the Ahegao faces all over it.
Wow.
As a little prank at him. He's gonna think, oh, look at all these happy little faces. I imagine.
Nice.
So that's what's going on there.
All right. So now that I know where everybody is for their after school, let's we'll do Madeline a little bit because hers is actually because that'll be the most interesting.
Okay.
So we'll start with RK. So we'll sandwich the interesting and the mundane together. So RK, so you're just flying above the school, sort of brooding.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like, are you flying? Are you flying up and just hanging in the air? Or are you just trying to go to like a high, like the stereotypical roof of the school to hang out, or?
Here, I'll help. There you go. I'm in the picture now. I'm on the map. I don't have my arms stretch out like that. It's just I don't know how to draw 6 figures of arms crossed.
Okay, so you're up there. Okay,
Yeah, not like
I see.
2.5 miles in the air. I'm just on top of the school.
All right. Uh, nice. Little stick figure. That's great.
Artistic beauty.
Um. So you fly up there and you land and you. Uh. So what do you do once you're up there? Just
I just stay up there and I just look down. I look down at all the little people beneath me.
all the. All right, you just sort
This
of.
is the time where you give us an inner monologue, then.
I don't think there is one.
Let's go, Batman. Let's go.
I know it'd be more interesting if I was like, deep, like, oh, I'm so emo on the inside, but I'm probably not. I'm probably just staring at people. You never just people watch?
Well, you don't have to be emo on the inside. You just have to go like, oh, this guy's fun. I'm watching them.
Look,
All right.
Look,
Next thing on the agenda is
literally,
to find RK some hobbies.
I was literally just at the hospital doing this. You just sit there and you watch people. You don't have
Oh,
to think anything. You just people watch.
Oh no, I
Jason,
do
then.
that all. I do that. I used to do that in college all the time between classes and on the bus home, watching just people watching at the mall, waiting for my bus to get here. So I definitely I definitely get what you're doing.
Is there any particular weirdo catching your eye then?
Is there any what catching my eye?
I'm gonna.
Any particular weirdo?
I was gonna get to that.
Oh, fun.
As you'll hear a voice from the side, uh, a voice from behind you say, could you go and brood somewhere else? This is my spot.
Oh boy.
You don't
As
own the
you'll
roof.
you'll turn and just sort of see this person, you know, just just sort of it looks like she's got herself a little nest here, like not like literal nest, but like she's got a sleeping bag and like and an alarm, and she's like, I was here first. This is like the best napping spot in the school. It's completely quiet.
Then go to sleep.
It's like kind of hard to sleep, and you're just when
It
you're.
was a lot quieter before you started talking.
So are you just here to stare at the people at your lessers or some other bullshit?
For someone who enjoys the quiet, you just do not shut up.
And she's just gonna like, whatever. She's gonna go back to her.
I mean, I imagine I never turned around to look at her. I mean, you described it all you like, but I imagine I just kept looking down, talking to the voice coming from behind me.
She's just going to go back to and she's just gonna. You'll hear some shuffling around, and then something close from behind you. Like you hear like a creak, something
Yeah, a
creak
rooftop
open and
latch.
um how like, do you have any super? I know you have your elemental awareness. Like, are you just you're not trying to tap into your elemental awareness? You're just watching, right?
Yeah, no, I think I've mentioned before. The problem with me not knowing stuff is the moment I get interested in something, I would ask questions about it, at which point my elemental awareness comes into play. But I mean, unless you're
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, something down there is super interesting to you," then no, I'm not asking
Okay.
questions about anything particular.
All right. Well. I'm just trying to figure out.
The greatest kryptonite to my knowing everything is the fact that I'm not interested in much. My being a
As
boring son of a bitch is
So I'm just trying to figure out if you would, how, like, if you know, passively, if you would see what I'm, you know what, screw it,
I
it'll
mean,
make
make
more
me
plot
roll
more
a
interesting.
superior.
Uh,
I'm assuming
I'll just say
superior.
you see it.
Okay.
No rolls necessary. As you're sort of looking around, something catches your eye at the, at
Give me
the
my
edge of the
eye back.
building. Well,
Sorry, you keep going.
it's you think, you obviously you see all the students walking around on, inside the walls, but you think you see something, or someone outside the walls of the campus, uh which kind of catches your eye, since, either somebody sneaking out, or, somebody who's not supposed to be there, because, the security, there's no, like, active, like, patrolling security, but there's like a top of the line security system at the school. So yeah, it definitely catches your attention that there's somebody on the other side of the wall.
Sneaking out or sneaking in?
Uh, you can't really tell from
Are they
where you
moving
are.
away from the wall or towards the wall?
Uh, well, they're not moving. Right now they're moving around the wall, so you can't really tell if they're moving if they came out from in, or in from out.
I could just hover in
Or
the air over in that direction then.
Yeah, I could just wait.
I mean, I could hover.
so
I mean, I could stay at the exact height that I'm at and just hover over in that direction to look down.
all right, so you're gonna get closer, is what you're saying.
Without leaving the boundaries of the school, though. I mean, I'm not going to hover
Yeah.
over the boundary and then go crossing it.
That's fair. So getting closer, you can see that it's definitely, from the looks of it, as you get closer, they definitely look like they came from outside the school. Uh, Mostly because they don't look like a student, or, they're not wearing a uniform. Uh, they don't look like a someone. They definitely look like an outsider, is what I'm trying to say.
All right, then I guess I'm going to roll for burn.
All right, but you're still
Unless
not.
my...
You're still
Sorry, say again?
no. No. Finish what you were gonna say.
Well, I was going to say, unless the
You're
previous
going to
burn
world
was
burn.
still holding on, because then I still had one left.
Yeah. You haven't used it yet, and the scene has. No, the scene has changed, so the burn would go away.
Okay. All right, so 3 burn again.
All right.
Elemental awareness. Who is that?
All right.
Burn doesn't hurt you, does it?
No. No. Well, it doesn't if he rolls. It doesn't if he rolls good.
Ah, okay, that's how it works. I didn't know if it. I was just kind of curious if it was one of those mechanics that also still hurts you even if you rolled like.
No,
better
on a
result.
success, nothing bad. I just get 3 burn. On a 7 to 9, I take a condition and get my 3 burn. On a miss, I only get 2 burn, and I mark 3 conditions.
Ah,
So,
okay.
yeah.
And if he had missed that, he would have instantly gone to 5 conditions, and bad things would happen.
Run away!
Yeah.
Talk like Mr. Ed.
So you extend your elemental awareness to as more of a physical sense more than a metaphysical sense in this case.
Well, I've always thought, since I have the power of the gods, that it was like a godlike awareness of the world around me.
Mm-hmm. Well, the easiest way to answer this question is to just get closer, without actually getting closer. So that's kind of what I'm narrating here. I'm still going
Right,
to answer your question.
yeah, but I don't want to get closer, so
I, I'm
no.
I'm saying that your element. I'm just sort of describing that your elemental awareness is just basically you extending your physical senses to see this person without actually getting closer.
I mean, that's fine. You've already
Uh,
done that to me once with the teacher.
mm-hmm.
It falls into the narrative that you've already displayed.
The teacher was more the teacher just has powers that would have. It wouldn't have mattered how you described it. The teacher's effect would have stayed the same. This one is just the easiest way to answer this question. Um. So anyway, the answer to this question is it looks like um basically your elemental awareness gives you either through however you want to describe how your sense power works, whether it's an intuitive awareness or like or whatnot.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Uh,
It's like an intuitive awareness in that it's like divine sense. If I ask, the answer is given to me.
so I'm just trying to I'm trying to picture it in my head how it works. So and you're being too vague in that sense.
Well,
Like
I'm not trying to be vague. I think we had a talk before about how even even the way that I'm describing it, the power working can be used against me. So, like, I mean, to be fair, how it's already works. If I roll the power, I can become afraid by what I'm asking. But essentially, it's the divine sense of I don't know things until I ask them, and then I know them. As you say, intuitively is the way I'm imagining it. Just if I ask, I get the knowledge, the true knowledge of it in my head, not like what people perceive or anything. So I might get the knowledge of a thing that nobody accepts to be true because it is the real truth and not the accepted truth.
fair enough. Either way, the simple answer to your question is that this person is they're from Rook Industries. They're some sort of there's someone they're an outsider from Rook Industries. Um uh and that answer so that's
I
who they
think
are. They're
I
somebody
think the base answer would be what is their name and who do they identify themselves as? Because I think the easiest way, if you're trying to limit down the question, would literally be their identity.
Okay. Well then
If I say who are
uh
they, it'd be what do they identify themselves as?
okay. Then they are well I have to figure out what this person's name is because they're not really important. That's not
I
like
guess
that's the
I think that's what we came up with last time. That the easiest way to deal with this is to genie wish me.
Yep.
Take
Jefferson
what I
Jeffrey.
take what I say
Uh,
and just limit it to the exact wording that I use.
let's see. We'll just. I'm just give me. I'm just pulling up my name generator. Uh, and his name is Hugo Hopkins.
The old superhero alliterative name,
When in doubt,
Double H, as they call him on the streets.
so that's what you get. His name is Hugo Hopkins.
Then I guess the information I already got before that he identifies himself as a operative of Rook Industries.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to use another burn. Sorry, I'm going to use another one for elemental awareness. Another question. What is Rook Industries?
Oh, you don't have to spend burn for that. You know that. That's common knowledge. So you don't have to spend the burn for that one. Rook Industries is one of the biggest companies in Halcyon City, ran by Rosa Rook. Their specialty is metahuman research and development, and using their and developing. Their slogan is "Bringing the superpowers to you." Um, Essentially, they're into like researching heroes and like making technology and biotechnology to uh replicate superheroic abilities.
Do the school walls have their own defenses?
Yep.
And does this
By
guy...
the, by the looks of it, he's hovering just at the edge of where the defenses are.
Right, does it look like he's doing something to like defeat the defenses?
Nope.
Like he's not
He's
digging a tunnel under it or setting something
Nope.
up?
Not that you can tell without, because I gave you the information that you wanted, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I
I'm still hovering above in the air looking down at him. That's why I'm asking what I can see him
oh,
doing.
oh, okay. What it looks like is he looks like he's maybe taking pictures or something similar.
Alright.
But you also know that Rook Industries has recently, or at least their founder, Rosa Rook, has recently started her arrival to Phoenix Academy called Rosa Rook's School for Superior Teenagers. And so,
I gotta put in a transfer.
and that you've specifically been told that if you see, or you're not allowed to, not to speak to anybody from Rook Industries, and if you see them, to report them to the faculty immediately.
Right. Was
Again,
that
all
at
of that's
was that the day one thing, or was that part of the day two rules
Yeah.
breakdown?
that was part of the day. That was part of the day 2 rules breakdown.
And that was part of one I was there for?
Yep. That was right before you look. That was right before the stuff with the teacher happened.
Sorry, I'm just weighing things over in my head. Yeah, I'm just gonna go float back to where I was before and ignore the situation.
Okay.
It's interesting, but it's not that interesting.
All right. Then let us go to let's go to Raz and Aaron. So you guys are heading to the school store to buy some clothes.
Oh, Aaron ended up joining, right? Yeah, he didn't go to the. He did go to the council meeting, and then he didn't. Yeah. So that was the initial plan. Raz
Alright.
is going to go with or without him if he wanted to do something else.
As did
You-
you
were
want or not?
You were were you leaving campus with that?
No,
No.
there's a school store.